I call the member for Wallandilly.
Thank you, Mr Temporary Speaker. I'm very proud to tell the House today about the oldest and most popular bicycle race held in New South Wales, the historic Goulburn to Sydney Cycle Classic. This event was first run on the 9th of August 1902 and is 1 year older than the Tour de France that Australia's very own Cadell Evans has just won. I'd like to mention some important historic points about this event, of which my electorate Wallandilly has played such an important part in the race's history. In 1913, the Australian Olympic Committee asked that the Goulburn to Sydney be used as an Olympic selection race, and in 1922 the race became an Australian championship race for the amateurs, with the fastest time rider being crowned the Australian champion. Goulburn produced Australia's first Olympic cycling gold medalist, Edgar Dunk Gray, at the 1932 Los Angeles Games. Dunk Gray rode the Goulburn to Sydney in 1930. The race has always finished on the urban fringes of Sydney, with the exception of the 1944 race where it finished in Sydney itself, when the race was used to help rally the nation during World War II. The fastest average speed on one-sturt roads in 1902 was 25 kilometres per hour, but in 1992 Olympic Brett Dutton averaged 48 kilometres per hour in 3 hours 40 minutes, chased by a howling tailwind. This race has lured Australia's best road riders, including Sir Hubert Opperman, Gary Sutton, and in 2005 Australian Tour of Italy stage winner Victorian cyclist David Mackenzie. The Goulburn to Sydney Cycle Classic will again be hosted by the Macarthur Collegiate Cycling Club on the 17th and 18th of September this year, with support from the Southern Highlands and Goulburn cycling clubs. This event is made possible by the tireless commitment and volunteer hours given by the President David Macefield, Race Director Michael Gleeson, the event spokesperson my very good friend Paul Hilbrick, Noel Lowry, the District Reporter newspaper, Treasurer Andrew Gilman, Vice President Kevin Fisher, Peter McLean, Phil Gale, and all the club members, too many to mention here today. This classic is a cycling Australian National Road Series race. The 170-kilometre race has had some exciting finishes since the Macarthur Collegiate Cycling Club resurrected the event after a 5-year hiatus, which ended in 2005 when David Mackenzie crossed the line to recommence the history. Mr Acting Speaker, in 2005, Rugby International Simon Portavan became the ambassador of the Goulburn to Sydney Cycle Classic, will again lead 130 of his fellow corporate riders in his annual 150-kilometre dash from Goulburn. This year, Simon hopes that his corporate charity challenge will break the $1 million mark of funds raised since he and 6 other riders left Goulburn back in 2005. Past beneficiaries of the charity ride have included Odyssey House, Drug and Alcohol Rehabilitation Centre in South West Sydney, Kids and Macarthur Health Foundation, Youth Solutions, and Goulburn St John of God Palliative Care and Oncology Support Unit. The Campbelltown Catholic Club have been great supporters of the Cycle Classic event since 2005 and will again promote the ever-growing Aquafit charity cycle ride, which finishes in Camden's Main Street prior to the race finish. This event gives local riders a taste of the terrain that the elite race will travel and adds a great spirit to Camden Spring Fair, where it finishes. And I know that my very good friend, the member for Camden, Chris Patterson, has always supported this in his capacity as the Mayor. The Goulburn has a unique history, with the race starting in Australia's first inland city, Goulburn, and finishing in the birthplace of Australia's wool, wine and wheat, the historic town of Camden. Cycling New South Wales is proud to have one of Australia's oldest classics on their calendar. But most importantly, I'm proud to say that the Wallandilly electorate has the most number of towns along the race. The Wallandilly has the dreaded Razorback range that the elite field has climbed twice. The Wallandilly shapes the final stages of this historic race. This event carries so much history, and this is why I believe it's important for us to support such a historic sporting event. The Goulburn to Sydney Classic receives extensive local, state and national media coverage and support. In previous years, the event has enjoyed support from Alan Jones on 2GB, as well as 2SM, 2UE, CD91.3 and Ian McNamara on the ABC radio network. And also there's a 30-minute highlights package on SBS as well. This year, a short time trial will be held prior at Goulburn's Victoria Park from 11 a.m. on Saturday, the 17th of September, with a historic 170-kilometre classic commencing on Sunday, the 18th of September at 7:30 a.m. The historic race departs Goulburn and follows the Hume Highway to Berrima and passes through Mittagong, Bargo, Tarmore, Picton and the Razorback Range before finishing to a friendly Camden welcome at 11:15 a.m. I look forward to presenting a cheque in support of the Goulburn to Sydney Cycle Classic in the very near future, demonstrating this government's support for the race. I recommend this event to the House.